Hey, are you a working musician? Or maybe an aspiring musician that's hoping to one day become a working musician? Then chances are you didn't get into this thing because you were looking to become a millionaire overnight or something like that. Most likely you got into it for the love and the passion of the music. I know that was the reason for me. Listen, I'm Jermaine Morgan, musician, songwriter, producer, artist, teacher, speaker, and several other titles that fall under that same category of music. And I mention all those titles for a reason. I've been a musician for about 26 years. And of those 26 years, I've been a professional musician for about 15 years. And throughout that time, I've learned so much as it pertains to my own journey and my own success as a musician that's allowed me to take care of my family and that's allowed me to grow even in my own endeavors as an entrepreneur, not just a musician, but an actual entrepreneur. And I actually wanted to share some of these things that I've done in my own journey that helped me to grow and to have my own success, not always worrying about the next gig or who's gonna call me next in order for me to provide income and me to be able to take care of my family, actually creating something for myself. So I actually wrote this book called 10 Ways to Success, The Working Musician. And in this book, I wanted to show you practical ways that I've used that have been tried and proven that actually work to help you create your own income. And it might be some things that you may be overlooking if you are a working musician, because I know many times we can get caught up in the next gig, the next call, the next session, the next this, the next that, to the point that we're not looking to create anything for our own selves. We're waiting on someone else to call us. But in this book, I just want to challenge you to be more resourceful through my own personal journey, through my own personal story, so you can possibly look at some things you might have been looking over the years that could have been costing you some major success in areas that you never even thought about. So I encourage you to pick this book up. You can find it on Amazon, again, 10 Ways to Success, The Working Musician by Jermaine Morgan, myself. Or if you want a more personalized copy signed by me, you can find that on my website at jermainemorgan.net. Listen, I really appreciate you for taking out the time to check out this video, and I just wanted to leave you with one last word of encouragement. If you are a musician, you don't have to become famous to become a success. I'll see you soon. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. If you're new to this channel, I'm Jermaine Morgan, and this is Grooves and Motivation with me. And do me a favor, as usual, go ahead and drop where you're watching. Go ahead and drop that in the comments. If you're watching from around the world, I love to read your comments. I love to see where everybody is, where everybody's watching from. So do me a huge favor. Go ahead and drop that in the comments. That way I can see who we have on here this morning, and we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to play some stuff a little different from my usual. I'm going to play to a few backing tracks that I have. So and I'll tell you guys a little bit more about these as we go. All right, so let me pull up some stuff here. Here we go. All right, let's see here. I think this one is in, I think it's an 8 flat. Let's see. Well, let me wait a second before I play that. I see some folks speaking. Thomas, good morning to you, man. The Netherlands is in the building. Danny Bass, Cameroon. Charles, good morning, man. He said we're in 4K this morning. We made it. Good morning, Charles. Who is that? Thank God it's Tuesday. Andrew, I see you, man. Yeah, we're in 4K this morning. I've been working towards this for a while, and well, it's not necessarily 4K, but it's a little better quality than what we've been getting. But yeah, good morning, man. Welcome to everybody that's here this morning. Angel, good morning to you. Who is that? Let me see my chat here where I can see all of y'all. All right, Donnie, I'll highlight Donnie. Donnie was the first one here this morning. Donnie, man, good morning to you. Who else we have? I'm missing some stuff. Studio looks different this morning. It's just a different angle. That's all. Same studio, just a different angle. I'm normally sitting in a different spot in the studio. It's just a different angle. Uganda is in the building. Albany, Georgia is in the building. All right. So let me see if I could get something pulled up and going here. I'll play a few of these tracks. And these tracks are actually from a new pack that I just dropped. I got a lot of people that have been supporting the tracks, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. So I'm gonna play a few of these tracks. If any of you guys have seen my commercial about the new jam packs, I wanted to, for my grooves this morning, I wanted to play through a few of these tracks. All right, if that's cool. Your book is great. Thank you, Angel. I appreciate that. I thank you for reading it. Peter, good morning. UK is in the building. All right, let's see here. Yeah, the UK. Leicester, is that how I say that? But good morning to you, none the least. All right, let's see. All right, some B flat. Feels like that's too loud. Let me check that. Give me a second. I don't want to blow y'all out with the volume this morning. Let's check that real quick. Let's see why you guys can't hear my bass. That's what I was wondering about. So, all right. What about that? Can you hear that? Can you hear that now? I want to make sure you guys can definitely hear the bass. That's what I was checking. I tried to run some tests on this stuff yesterday, but you know how it is. You know how technology goes. You win some, you lose some. All right, give me a second here. Yeah, I definitely want to make sure you guys can hear the bass. All right, that's better. Local music. Good morning, Jermaine. Robert. Ghana. Like to listen to you a lot. I appreciate that. I appreciate you listening, man. So everybody's saying you can hear the bass. So when I play the track, what about now? Let me know. I don't want to play it and you guys actually can't even hear it. So you're my test audience this morning. So somebody said could do could do it more volume on the bass. All right, so let's get this. So tell me real quick, is that distorted to you guys? Is it sounding distorted at all? Somebody let me know. Are you, my levels is looking like it's slightly distorted. That's why I'm not that loud. So let me know if it's sounding distorted to you at all. You know, I always value the feedback, the good feedback, that is, the constructive stuff. All that other stuff, yeah. All right, so let's see here. This is another track. That song is called Faith Is. It's just a loop. And I'll let you know, this is the pack that I'm playing from. It's available on my, yeah, you say yes, it is distorted. Let's figure out why that is, all right? Pull that volume back a bit. I'm gonna play another track while I'm checking and see why that is distorted. We don't want that. Figured out what's happening. What about now? How about the mic now? Got you. All right. We're sweet now. I think we're in there. I apologize, y'all. I apologize. All right. I think we're good, though. All right. So let's try this. Great. Great. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Y'all know how it goes. All right. We keeping it real this morning, right? What's going on, Sarub? What's up, man? The School of Bass. Be sure to check out. I did a cool interview with the School of Bass, so be sure to check out their YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe now if you haven't done that already. Let me get the volume up on this microphone here. Yeah, if you haven't done that already, be sure to subscribe to the School of Bass. Do some really, really great podcasts with some great bass players on there. Yeah, so this pack that I'm playing from is called the Straight Gospel Jam Pack. This is what I'm grooving to right here. I'll let y'all see it for a second. It's available on my website. It's like 6 backing tracks. I'm playing a few of them right now. Some of you guys already have it, and I really appreciate the support. And it's just some cool stuff that I wanted to put together for you all to practice to. You know, I'm always trying to think of, okay, what can help the bass community the most right now? What are people missing, or what could they be working on? And yeah, this is one of the things I wanted to put together. So I did, if you didn't know already, I've already done the gospel quartet. For you quartet heads out there, I've already created a gospel quartet jam pack with 6 tracks that feel like authentic gospel quartet. And then I did a contemporary gospel, so more like the praise and worship, the CCM vibe. I did that whole thing for you guys as well. So if you hadn't checked that out, it's on JermaineMorgan.net. Be sure to check that out. Those are the grooves that I'm playing to. I'm gonna play another one. This is another one. It's more of a ballad, because that's, in my opinion, that's something that we don't really spend a lot of time on. When we go through our grooves, we don't really work on the ballad, slow stuff that really makes us focus in on, you know, how we're playing, how we're landing those notes, the critical things that show up in our playing when we're not thinking about it, you know, that kind of stuff. So I see a few comments here. I want to respond before I move on. No, you sound Steven, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I seen that you purchased it actually on yesterday. Oh yeah, and your strap is coming. It's coming. Yeah. Congratulations to you again for winning that. Created for greatness. I'd like to know how to create those chromatic bass lines. I'm still addicted to the pentatonic scales. Help help deliver me, please. I've done a lot of that. If you're talking about, when you say chromatic, if you're talking about the church walk stuff, I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. I did a lot of that on my courses, the congregational songs course, as well as what's the other one? The shout bump bass course, where I deal with different variations of that chromatic type, you know. I think that's what you're referring to. So I dealt with a lot of that stuff in those courses. And so Danny Bass, man, I appreciate that. Danny says, love your groove, man. I really, really appreciate that. But yeah, again, I want to shout out School of Bass, just in case you guys didn't see. Be sure to follow that channel, because that's some really good stuff that's happening over there. He's interviewed myself and some really cool bass players, some really great YouTube bass players. And as well, if you're not following Jamie Lewis, here, the guy that wears the red hat that teaches the bass lessons. I did a podcast with Jamie Lewis last week. I think it aired on last week. Somebody helped me with that. But it was really cool. I had a really great time. He only put up just a little snippet of the interview. We talked, man. We talked for about 2 hours. I know it had to be at least 2 hours. But we had a lot of fun on that interview, that podcast interview with Jamie. And so be sure, guys, to check that out as well. I think it's some good information that's really helpful to the bass community there. Good morning, Tiffany. Thank you. I appreciate that. Charlie, love the grooves, but I really come for the motivation. Absolutely, man. Well, you're in the right place. It was cool being part of the set. Instead of Peter Moyo says, good being part of the setup. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you being my ears, being out in that audience, letting me know you can hear. See, y'all are my new live audience. I'm going to tell you guys what I really, really want to do, and give me some thumbs up if you're interested in this idea. I really want to bring my band in here and do a live performance. I don't know if it's going to be for Grooves and Motivation. That might be too early. Everybody don't get up like I do. So But I really want to do a live. I really want to do a live show with the band. But I don't know if I want to do it here on YouTube or on a different platform. I'm open to your feedback, and so have at it in the comments. Now, let me know what y'all think. You've seen some of the clips of the band of us doing our thing. I see some of the comments popping in now, but that's something I would love to do. Let me ask this question too, because y'all know, we do this for a living. Would any of you be willing to donate to that cause, if you will? Because that's the other thing when I bring in cats. My drummer comes here, one of my drummers, like my main drummer for the Jermaine Morgan band, comes here from Nashville. He drives in from Nashville. So it's like one of my best friends from way back in the day, but we still, obviously, we still kick it, do music together. And he drives in from Nashville. Either way, we're going to do it. But it's just, I want to know. I got to ask those questions. I want to know if you'd be willing to do that, if you'd be willing to support, if we decided to do that. But I definitely really want to do something. I want to put the band together, especially everybody's in quarantine mode. You know what I'm saying? We can't really get out and see one another like we want to. But I want to be able to bring that to you guys, let you hear some of the stuff. If you heard any of the band stuff like Dreams, Work, Reality, any of that stuff, that's the band. That's the guys. You heard we put, and if some of you still don't have a clue to what I'm talking about, check out Check out the video that we did called Blue Lines. I posted that a minute ago. So check that out. I posted that probably about 2 weeks ago. It might have been a month ago now. But either way, it's Blue Lines. So check that out. Be sure to check out Blue Lines on my channel, right here on my channel. We did the band version of that. So yeah, Jeremiah, what's up, man? Donnie, I see you. So I'm getting some good feedback, but if I get enough of you guys saying, yeah, let's go with it, I'm going to try to figure out how to set that up, because I think that would be really dope to get my guys in here. That's Darius Fant on drums, Donnie Will Burns on keys. He's literally the guy that's playing with me on the No Words video. Same guy. He's been with me for years since I've been recording music in terms of my own artistry stuff. So, yeah, those are really, really close guys. We need real live music right now. Absolutely, Stephen. I agree. Real live music, you know what I'm saying? So I'd love to do that. So, all right, I'll play a couple more of these tunes, maybe one more, and I'll go to this one here. This is a pretty high energy joint that I think it's a lot of fun to play. Y'all got to forgive me. I recorded this stuff. I wrote it and recorded, and I forget what key it's in. So, T, what's up, man? Good morning to you. All right, so here we go. Here's another one. I think it's in C. As you can hear, that goes on and on and on. And you can just keep trying out different ideas and see what you like, what works the best. Because when you have a song like that in gospel music, especially live stuff that feels like that, after a while, it gets kind of, it gets kind of redundant. And so you want to figure out some variations and some different things that you can play that actually make the groove continue to feel good. So that's one of the things I wanted to do with this pack and all the other packs that I'm creating, just like the free backing tracks that are available here on YouTube. I wanted to create something that feels a lot like stuff that you would actually play in a real gospel or church setting. You know what I'm saying? To give you some ideas of what you can do over this kind of stuff with my reference track, and then also allow you the opportunity to just create whatever it is you're hearing and see how it works. All right, let me go back. Donnie Johnson said, you made me dance just now. I can't. All right, I got you, man. I'm glad you're enjoying it. So, Skarabi, hey, Morgan, greetings from Paris. Today is a special day for me. So, wow, man, 23 years. So, let's see here. Years with Jesus. Well, happy rebirthday to you. All right, we'll say that. Happy birthday to you, man, and happy for you, man. Absolutely happy for you. That's awesome, and I'm glad you remember the date. That's pretty cool as well. So, Scribe says, "Hey, Donnie, let me dance with you. Y'all go ahead. My wife will tell you I'm not a dancer. I play music. I play the music that y'all can dance to, but I'm not gonna get out there and do anything. I got an old man dance that my wife laughs at me about. I just do it to annoy her, though. So that's all right. Quality looking great. Appreciate that. Visions by Mike. I really, really appreciate that. What else is out? I was gonna let you guys, again, check out that if you wanted to know what that music you got here late. Once again, this is the straight gospel bass jam pack available right now on my website, JermaineMorgan.net. So be sure to check that out when you get a chance. All right. So today, somebody remind me, if you will, why are you here? Yeah, let me know. I had somebody to drop in the comments earlier. I enjoy the play and I enjoy the content, but I'm really here for the motivation. Let me know, like, why you come. On it. I mean, I know this might be a simple question for some of you guys, but seriously, like, let me know why you come. Why do you get up this early in the morning? Like, why do you log on and are you just listening for the bass playing? Or I guess I just want to know and get an honest response as to why you get up. What makes you get on here in the morning? So I'll teach you how to dance, the music man. All right. So yeah, just let me know that. Drop it in the comments if you feel like dropping it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. So I see it's a dancing spirit in here this morning. So I'm gonna give y'all one more track that you can get your gospel dance on. This one is available as well on this particular thing. So let's see here. Let's see what we got. I gotta remember key this one in. Words of wisdom. I got you, Stephen. But the motivation changed everything. Somebody said the music man. Oh, I see what you were saying now. I'm here for the music, man, but the motivation changed everything. It even pushes me. Awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that. So let's play this last track, and you can keep dropping the comments. I will come back and read those comments. All right. Again, that track, the name of that one is called The Blessing, also available on that straight gospel jam pack. So you can see y'all gonna have a lot of fun uh, for the ones of you that's gonna pick this up. So be sure and enjoy it on my behalf. All right, I had a lot of fun creating this stuff. And this is, oh, I forgot to mention the band that's playing on this. This is myself, obviously with the guitars and the bass. And this time I brought in a good friend of mine, Joseph Tiggs, amazing piano player. He's playing the keys on here, and Brian Andrews is playing the drum. Brian is, so look up both of those guys, both phenomenal musicians. So yeah, he said, he said Charles said, this track makes me want to miss my live in person church. In church. I'm ready to take a lap around. Yes, sir, man. Go ahead. Absolutely. All right. So let's see. Let me go back. I see some other comments came in. It's not early in the UK motivation for me. All right, I got you, man. So yeah, you're on a whole different time zone. I get it. Charles said I originally came for the bass. I now come for the motivation. It's appreciated. I thank you for that. I really appreciate hearing that. Let's go back. Tiffany says it gives me hope for what is possible and keeps me focused. Awesome. Grooves and motivation. You're here for both. I got you. Let's see here. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the other comments trying to get. I'm getting tickled as I'm seeing some of this stuff. All right. So I've missed the last 3 weeks, so I definitely couldn't miss today. And I got to see the new setup before the rest of the channel. Yeah, that's a way to look at it, Mike. All right. So what's happening, brother Jermaine? Hassan, good morning to you. All right, if I'm saying that right. Jermaine, sorry, I always used to call you in French, Jermaine. All right, I'm here to learn more about the gospel and the groove style. I wanted to discover the beauty of the low B and the high C strings. Okay, that's a different reason, for sure. Motivation, musically, spiritually, and emotionally. I'm glad to hear all of those, because all of that stuff really, really helps me. You just never know. You never really know where a person is coming from. So being able to hear it straight from you, it's cool. It's really cool for me, to know how to really structure this stuff moving forward and know what to bring, what type of content to bring you. Of course, I'm still, creating music. I'm still creating videos and that kind of thing. But it's great to know as we move forward in this grooves and motivation, what you guys are looking to hear, what you're needing. And truth be told, the stuff that I share for grooves and motivation is oftentimes things that I have either dealt with or am personally dealing with and walking through, because I know I'm not the only one that goes through these things. And just me simply being honest and sharing my story, my shortcomings, my downfalls as a bass player will definitely be helpful to some of you in the long run as you go throughout your own journey, because it can get difficult on this journey to becoming the musician that you want to become. This journey can be real difficult and filled with setbacks and things that make you want to say, you know what, y'all can have this whole this whole bass, but I want to bring you some encouragement, that kind of thing. So I get it. It's tons of channels here on YouTube, and you can find bass lessons everywhere. I completely understand that. So I'm not taking it for granted that you stop here early. For some of you, it's early on a Tuesday morning, and check out what I have to say and listen to what I'm playing, even when I'm testing my sound and trying to get stuff hooked up correctly. You take the time out to listen and give me honest feedback. I really, really appreciate that. I don't take it for granted. So the topic today, you decide. You decide. I think if I can say anything, that's been a really good theme in the latter years of my life. We are waiting to see the new Jermaine Morgan Signature 6-string bass edition. We'll speak it into existence. I don't know if I got a signature edition coming out, but I'll speak that into existence. I'll go with you on that, Andrew. I'll rock with you on that. But again, one of the things concerning my life and my career has been this idea of you decide what it's going to be. You decide what your journey is going to look like. No one else can really decide that for you. You're the one that's in complete ultimately God is in control. That's my belief. But in terms of the decisions you make, it's free will. Totally up to you. So what that says to me is my journey doesn't look like anyone else's journey. And because of that, that takes the pressure off of me trying to look like or trying to sound like somebody else or trying to follow in the same footsteps. I think what 2020 showed us as musicians, for you guys that are working musicians, what 2020 really showed a lot of us is, and some of us were already seeing this, but what 2020 showed a lot of us is that we don't have to play by the same rules that everybody's been playing by for the last 50 years or whatever the case may be, since working musicians has really been a thing. I know it's been longer than 50 years, but I'm saying we don't have to play by those same set of rules. You're welcome to create your own lane, to create your own zone. So if you don't sound like me or somebody else you admire on social media or on records that you've heard growing up, that's okay. Somebody y'all need to hear that today. If you don't sound like your hero on the bass, that's okay. You're not supposed to. They're your hero. They're there to motivate, encourage, and inspire you. Hopefully, through what they do, you get some inspiration to want to practice, to want to really dig in and start developing your own thing. But if at the end of the day, you don't sound like them, it's okay. Some of you guys are into bodybuilding, body sculpting, just on the whole health tip, and always comparing your body to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I've been putting in some hours at the gym and I don't look like this person here. That's okay. You don't supposed to look like them. You have your own unique fingerprint. Now, you use them as a model in terms of, yeah, I'm going for that type of that level of excellence or that level of execution. This person is in the gym all the time, or this person is practicing all the time, or this person has reached a certain speed in terms of their playing, or this person has reached a certain execution in terms of the ideas that they play. And I want to make sure that I can access that same thing. I just glanced down and saw that comment said it's Tuesday night in Australia. That's awesome, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can access that same thing. It's possible because we're all human beings. And if one human being can do it, that means another human being can do it, right? So I want to make sure that I'm doing what I can to set goals for myself, set realistic goals that I can achieve. And I decide what those goals are. And it's not based off somebody's interpretation of me or somebody's idea of what they think I am or what they think I represent. It's strictly based on my own idea, my own belief of who I am and what I have available. Because the truth is, we don't know. We don't know. You couldn't have told me, and I've said this many, many times before, but you couldn't have told me 10 years ago that I would be here. Literally. I mean, 20 years ago, it wasn't even a thought. The idea of being a professional musician and, being able to kind of sculpt my life around that and everything. I mean, we could just start start naming off some stuff. I'm turning the volume up so hopefully that helps a little bit. I don't want it to distort. So Right. But yes, I mean, for years, I didn't see myself the way that I am now. But once I started changing, how about this? I get a little closer to it. Once I started changing my perception of me and how I viewed me, it made, a complete world of difference for everything. I'm talking about from the way I played to the way I do business now, to the way that I accept certain things, to the way I don't accept certain things. Because at some point you'll start realizing that, hey, it's not necessary for me to do these particular things to be considered a legitimate musician. No, it's not necessary. And I get to set those rules as to what that look like based on the work that I put in and the value that I add to myself. That's the key point. It ain't just about deciding and being selfish with your decision. It's like, no, you add a certain level of excellence. You raise the bar on yourself and in terms of what you require out of you, and you give a certain level. And because you do that and you raise your own bar, you are establishing a certain value for yourself. Now, when you go into different situations or you do accept certain things, you understand that, you understand that I'm going to bring a certain level of value to the situation. I understand who I am to this situation. No, I'm not Jermaine Morgan. I'm not Justin Raines. I'm not this guy. I'm not that guy or this girl or that girl. But I know when I come to this situation, there's a certain level of integrity. There's a certain level of value I'm going to bring to this thing that nobody is going to bring the way that I'm going to bring it. It doesn't mean you outplay somebody. You know what I'm saying? At that point, it's not about who can play the most notes or who can play the fastest licks, that kind of thing. But you know the value that you add to the situation. Because as you'll learn, as most people know, if you're already a professional musician, playing is like 50% of it. That's a given. Everybody, if you're going to be on a professional level, everybody should be able to play, right? But that's only part of it. The other part of it is actually being able to have a good relationship with people, being a person that people want to be around. I said this many years ago. Are you the type of person, and it's just for you to ponder on, are you the type of person that once you put your instrument down, once you put that instrument down, people want to be around you? Are you that guy? Are you that girl that people really want to be with you after we finish the set? Does anybody want to talk to you? You just killed the gig. But after that, after you put that instrument down, can I have a conversation with you? Are you the type of person that I can build a covenant relationship with? And granted, every situation, we're not looking to do that. I'm not saying going into every situation. But if it came to that, is there something deeper that people can connect with about you that adds value to that situation that makes them want to recommend you for other things? Those are the type of things that get you in the position where now you can decide what it is you want to do and what it is you are not willing to do. You know what I'm saying? You decide what your value is, and you decide, hey, I'm willing to accept this, but no, I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's based on the value you add, as Jim Rohn say, the value you bring to the marketplace. What type of value are you bringing? Are you easily replaceable? Question of the day. Are you easily replaceable? With what you do. Some of you guys are church musicians. Some of you just play in a band. Some of you are artists. If you died today, would anyone miss you? And I don't mean that for some of you guys to take it the wrong way and get depressed or anything like that. I don't mean it that way. What I mean is, are you adding enough value, number one, to yourself, and number two, to the things that you're involved in? Are you adding enough value that it'll matter once you were gone? And you shouldn't be trying to live your life to please people, but rather trying to add value. You're here for a reason. And your music is just an extension of that reason. And we use these things. We use these tools. I'm not trying to get good on bass just for being good on bass. And if you are, that's cool. If that's your ambition, I want to be good for the sake of being good. That's good. Because my thing is, I want to be excellent for the sake of excellence. Yes, but there's also a purpose connected to that for me. It's like, all right, I can leverage these skills that I have to be able to do other things. Because if I can get your attention by playing, that means I can also say something to you of value. Michael Jordan wouldn't have the attention that he has now had he not perfected and added value to himself as a basketball player, to where you have people making movies about him. You have people still wearing his shoes, and Michael Jordan ain't played basketball in terms of for a league and how long, and everybody's still buying those shoes. Got to get some Jordans. To this day, I haven't owned a pair of Jordans, by the way. But I'm saying he's added that much value to himself that after he's finished, people are still wanting to be like Mike, in a sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's a major value. So just something to think on for a second. Let's see. Alter says, if I'm saying that correctly, yes, thank you. I can't hear you either. My phone is on full volume and I have the speaker to my ear. You can't fade groove. Hopefully you can hear me better. I like that very much, my value and contribution. All right, so yeah, your value, your contribution is everything. You know what I'm saying? It's literally everything. What you contribute to each situation, each environment that you're in, that's everything. So you want to be aware of those things. And by doing that, you get to decide what it's going to be. You get to decide what that's going to look like. You're in complete control of that, and no one else can decide that for you. Omar says, a few years ago, I used to play rock and metal music here in Dominican Republic. I wasn't that great of a bassist. There was a lot of great bass metal players, but I had something that everybody wanted. And what was that, man? What was that? Do you know what that is, Omar? I was so fast with my right hand. He said, I was so fast with my right hand fingers. Got you. I got you. All right, so it all depends on, okay, I see what you're saying. Visions by Mike says, he says, it all depends on your internet. He said, you sound great. I appreciate that. Appreciate the confirmation. It's been videos that I've actually done and recorded and posted, and people's like, man, I can't hear your mic. And I listen and I value what people say. And so I go back and listen to those videos. I'm like, wait a minute, I can hear everything. And then I listen to it on different speakers. I'm like, I can still hear everything. So I don't know. I would suggest headphones would probably be a better solution. That's just my opinion. Sorry about the phone ringing. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I would suggest headphones would probably be a better solution. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to share that. It's not a lot. I didn't want to get on here and take up too much time. But I did want to share that you have the power to decide what it's going to be. You don't have to be limited to what you've seen in the music industry. You don't have to be limited to what you've seen all these other people, all the other musicians do. You're not limited to that. You set and you add value to yourself, and you begin to see the fruit of your labor after a while. In this season, I'm starting to see a lot of things. When I just, and let me say this, because I can't say all of this stuff and say you decide and not really give y'all the real. Some of what I've seen in my career, once I started deciding that I wasn't going to accept certain things, I wasn't going to settle for certain things, it got scary, because people are going to challenge you on your own value. That's something I got to be honest with you and tell you. Once you start really working on you, people will challenge your value. They will challenge your value system and really see, okay, I'm going to see if you're about what you say you're about. But you can't let that make you afraid or cause you to back down. Don't do that. Don't back off of what you know is real concerning yourself, because this is your truth concerning you. You don't have to agree with my truth. You don't have to agree with what I've seen, because maybe you need to see it in order to believe it. But I believed it before I saw it. Matter of fact, it's the fact that I saw it before it actually became a thing. That's the reason why I believe it, right? So again, I'm getting blown up right now with my phone, and I actually got to take that call. But I wanted to share these thoughts with you guys. I appreciate you being here today, and I appreciate you listening to me. I'm gonna check a few more of these comments out, make sure I got everything. But hopefully, you guys have enjoyed today's grooves and motivation. I don't know how long I've been on here. Hopefully, I haven't been on here that long. But again, I just wanted to share some thoughts with you. So I'm seeing a few more of the comments before I jump off. Like mastering compared to other videos, volumes. I just came from watching a video I could hear easily, and then I went to yours, and I can't really hear you. Maybe note. Okay, yeah, it's Alter. It's this is a different setup, so we're still working through some of the fine tuning some of this stuff. So hopefully you got a good idea of everything. So again, we're still working to improve everything over here. But again, hopefully you was able to take something away from the video and something away from what I said. And yeah, so hopefully that's not a big issue. Again, thank you guys for joining in today. We're going to work, we're going to test, we're going to troubleshoot and make sure we get everything right. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure I get everything right so you can hear everything. You can see it clearly. We're working on all of this stuff. As I told y'all a minute ago, I said we're working to improve the experience for Grooves and Motivation. He said, luckily you're a great bass player. Well, I appreciate that pass that you're giving me there. But again, we're working to bring you great content, working to always improve and to give you something that you can take to get your day started right. And again, I just want to mention one last time, if you didn't check out that jam pack, be sure to do that. It's available on the website, Straight Gospel Bass Jam Pack. There are other packs. When you go to my website, JermaineMorgan.net, be sure to go to my courses tab. And on that courses tab, you'll see bass jam packs, and you'll see all of those different options of packs. So I just want to share that with you guys. Hopefully, I've said something that helped you this morning. And remember, you get to decide. You get to decide what it is. But make sure you're doing the work. You're putting in the energy. You're adding the value necessary. So what you decide, you can actually back it up with your work ethic, right? Peace and blessings, Dunny. Peace and blessings to you, to everybody that's watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm going to jump off. And hopefully you guys will be here on next week. All right? And we'll try to make sure that I have this sound and stuff. I try to have this worked out for you. I just was trying not to be right in this mic like this. But hopefully we'll have this sound worked out for you guys on next week. And you'll be able to fully enjoy it. For you guys that couldn't hear me as well, I'll try to work on that. Try to work on getting all that stuff together. All right, I'm repeating myself too much. I'm going to shut this thing down. Thank y'all for joining me. I'm out. All right. What camera do you use? I'm using a Canon. I'm using a Canon DSLR. So yeah, that's what I'm using right now. That's what I normally use for my videos. Before that, I was using Nikon, but right now I'm using a Canon. All right, I'm out, guys. Take care. Peace.